Tonight we report on the investigation into an alleged assault of a Quincy sixth grader, and we take an up-close look at Big Ben's helicopter training program. What's going on in sports, Sean?
Thanks, Alan. The Lady Vikings got a non-conference win, and Richard Sherman needs off-season surgery. Let's take a glance at our Weather Center forecast.
Unusually warm and rainy conditions across the area. Gray skies expected to continue. I'll let you know just how warm these temperatures could get in a few moments.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on Ifiber One News.
From the Ifiber One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is Ifiber One News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is Ifiber One News, and it starts now.
The investigation into an alleged attack on a Quincy sixth grader has been forwarded to the Grant County Prosecutor's Office. Quincy Police Chief Bob Heimbach said they asked for a review of the case in the prosecutor's office to determine if charges should be filed. According to the prosecutor's office, no charges were filed as of Monday. The police report is about the investigation into a report of an 11-year-old girl being dragged on the floor by 4 students, run into desks, and was hit and kicked by other students on December 12th. The girl's mother, Olga Montano, accused former substitute teacher Ken Lacey of directing the children to grab the girl. Lacey reportedly told the girl to stop talking at the back of the classroom, and when he told her to move up to the front of the room, the girl refused. Quincy School District Superintendent John Boyd said the substitute teacher resigned on December 15th. Mrs. Grant County, Amy Dana, was diagnosed with Bell's palsy in 2000. She's now preparing to compete for Mrs. Washington, hoping to help others with the disease. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
When she was due to have her first child in the year 2000, Amy Dana woke up one morning to an unpleasant surprise.
Half my face was paralyzed. I didn't really know what I was doing, what was happening to me, why my face was doing that. So went to the doctor, went to the hospital, and they said, well, you have Bell's palsy. It's a condition that happens. So the whole right side of my face was drooping. I couldn't close my eye. They put me on prednisone, antivirals, and some eye goop and told me to be optimistic.
That's how Bell's palsy became her platform as Mrs. Grant County. She has a Facebook page called Bell's Palsy Strong to bring awareness to the disease she knows firsthand.
Emotionally, you feel ugly. You don't feel proud of yourself. Your face doesn't move like everybody else's, so you're much more critical, where a lot of people say that they can't tell or they don't notice, but you notice. So ultimately, after the Bell's palsy gets better, your muscles can go into synkinesis, where when I go to smile, the eye shrinks down. That's what normally people have to get used to, or that's the only thing that you could really see, or maybe a difference in the smile and not being able to allow the face to make a perfect symmetrical smile.
Amy, who is turning 36 years old, is married to her husband Josh, who she helps with his business in Moses Lake. Her children are ages 14 and 9. In May, Amy will compete in the Mrs. Washington pageant, standing on her Bell's palsy platform in an effort to make a difference with those who have the disease.
If I can help one Bell's palsy patient feel better about themselves and not let the emotional distress of looking at themselves and trying to smile and not seeing them their old self anymore. And I would love to continue to help people.
I'm Jeff Chu for Ifiber One News.
3 District 13 legislators want a resolution to a labor dispute that is hurting Grant County companies. A senator and 2 representatives asked President Barack Obama to help end the dispute between the Pacific Maritime Association and the International Longshore and Warehouse Union. The dispute is moving containers on and off of cargo ships slowly. The legislators stated the state economy is dependent on trade and action is needed. U.S. companies compete with companies in other countries with fewer regulations and lower production costs. They said Washington potatoes, apples, and other perishable goods are currently sitting in containers on the docks at the Puget Sound ports. The slowdown also affects manufacturers such as Moses Lake's SGL Automotive Carbon Fibers that rely on the ports to import raw materials. And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
Short break, we'll be right back.